Hey guys, it's ZACHARYEDWARD. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be reviewing the Conspiracy palette. This looks so cool. All right, so this morning I knew that the palette had came out. So I was literally like in the shower and then I'm like washing my hair and I'm like, what is November 1st? Something really exciting is supposed to be happening November 1st. And then it hits me and I was like, the Conspiracy palette comes out. So I immediately like washed my hair, got ready, and I went straight to the Morphe store in Burbank because I was like, maybe it's not just online, maybe they have it at the store. Let me just check. And then I saw on somebody's Instagram that they did. So I like sped there. I only waited in line for about 45 minutes. So I did buy this palette myself. Here's the receipt. I bought it myself. So this is a non-biased review. Just like the rest of my views, they're non-biased. If it's gifted, if it's not gifted, whichever. I'm just playing with makeup and telling you what I think about it. So honestly, I'm really excited because I haven't opened this all day. I know I've seen everyone else's reviews online and I've seen the palette online and I've seen the entire Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson video series, which is super dope. So I've just been wanting to open it all day, but I've been waiting to open it on camera. So I'm about to open it right now. All right, so of course, first we have the Conspiracy palette. Sorry about my lights, but here is the unit carton for it. If you saw the series, you already know what it looks like, but if you haven't, this is super cool. It's like Conspiracy. This is like the Hypno like lines, I guess that's what they're called. I don't really know what they're called, but this is the packaging. So the palette is kind of similar to the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar and Blue Blood palette, as in it's like that like coffin, doctor's grade, like kind of suitcase. But honestly, this packaging is so dope. Like it feels expensive. It's heavy, it feels expensive. The outside almost, it kind of reminds me, I don't know if it's because I'm like looking at it and I'm touching it, it feels like leather, but it's not. You can tell it's just cardboard. But the middle triangle here, the Illuminati type triangle right here is metal, which is super cool. It makes it feel super luxe and has SD in the little like Jeffree Star logo right here. And then of course it says Conspiracy, and then it has like the little Hypnotics like spiral in the back. It's like a matte and then a glossy finish. And then it has these black handles. This is so cool. It just feels expensive. So packaging is like 100% A1. Like this is dope. All right, so I haven't opened it yet. I haven't seen it in real life. I've literally just seen it online, on Instagram, stuff like that. So I'm so excited to open it right now. All right, so I'm gonna open it now. Latch the handles. Dang, this looks so cool. Here's the inside. You can see that each shadow has like the little indentions like pressed into it. Super dope. So the inside's great. This packaging, I love the packaging of like the Blue Blood and the Blood Sugar and like this palette. It's just so good. You can tell that like, I don't know, it's just like, I feel like my palette is secure. It feels big. It feels kind of like a clutch. Like it feels just like expensive and nice. So then it has like the little plastic mirror here, so it covers up your mirror. It comes with a mirror, which is super dope. Like every palette needs to have a mirror. Every palette needs a mirror. And then on the side, it has the Jeffree Star logo right here, as you can see, which is, and then on the other side, it has the Shane Dawson one. So it's just like, you can tell this is a collab. Like it looks, everything about the palette like has collab written all over it, which is super cool to me. Because I love just seeing one brand and an artist come together, or like two artists come together and collabing on something. I just think it's so dope. And since it's so apparent on here that it is a collaboration, I just love it even more. Initially though, looking at the palette, the way maybe I guess that it's set up, I don't really see like a color story. Like whenever you're like looking at a palette and you're like, okay, this is a red color story. Okay, this is a blue color story. Like this is what I'm gonna use this palette for, or like it's a neutral palette with like little pops of color. This one has neutrals, but I feel like there's such random neutrals, and then I feel like there's such random colors. Like maybe it's just the way it's placed, so it's kind of like throwing me off, but like two like cool tone browns up here next to like this cool tone dark shiny color, and then like this warmer shiny color, and then like a super rich orangey terracotta like burnt orange like matte, but then like the Trisha color next to the Food Vibes color with like the pigment. Like these are just like confusing colors all together for me. I don't know, but looking at it at first, it doesn't really get me excited. I'm kind of more excited about the packaging than I am about the shadows right now, but I'm definitely gonna go in and like play with them and see like what looks I can come up with. All right, so I'm just gonna go in and start playing with the palette. I'm just like, I've been waiting for this all day, so I'm just gonna start. All right, so I'm going in, I'm just gonna take a Morphe M441, And I'm gonna start with, I guess I'm gonna do Tanacon. We're gonna see how that is, because that just looks like the most obvious transition color. So we're gonna lay that down first to kind of see how that goes. There's a lot of kickback in that one little swatch, but it's not bad. I don't mind kickback. It just means that a shadow's a little bit more pigmented, and I like that. All right, so as I blend that in, you guys, I literally went to the Morphe store in Burbank today at like 11, and the line was wrapped around the building. Like, I don't know if I expected that I was just gonna be able to like go in and have to like fight for my life to get this palette or what, but I was a little shook. I was like, they were only letting in like 10 people at a time, which I guess is a lot better because then everyone can just like grab their palette. It'll be like a better transaction. Like, it'll just be a lot easier. But I think I waited in line for about like 45 minutes. It wasn't even that long. It wasn't bad at all. And then I eventually got in, and I was gonna go in and get both palettes and the lipstick set. But I guess the lipstick set bundle was only online. So the only one that they had in store when I went was the Shane liquid lipstick. So that's the only one I got to test. And then this palette. So that's what I'm testing for you guys today. But it was honestly super easy. I literally just went in after waiting. The palette was all at the front, and then I just grabbed it and went to the line. Like, it was like a wham bam, like really super easy transaction. I thought it was gonna be like hectic. I thought it was gonna be crazy. I feel bad hearing about everyone who waited in line for like 3 hours, or like who were waiting on the website for like 3 hours. Cause I was like, I'm just gonna go to the store. If they had it at the store, easy. All right, so that's like a dope crease color. It's just like your simple, normal, nothing crazy crease color. I like it. This is one of those colors I could just throw on my crease, maybe something on the lid and then a lash and be good to go. I don't wanna be super boring, so I'm just gonna go with another color just to kind of like start amping up and see. I think I'm gonna do, let's do Cheese Dust. This is a Morphe Jacqueline JH36. And then I'm just gonna go in with that and then go a little bit above my crease as well. So the Cheese Dust color is looking a little patchy, but I think that's just because I put down the Tanacon color first, and it's not really doing what it would do had I put down Cheese Dust first. So that's my bad. All right, so that looks pretty dope. That's pretty good. So I think for the next color, I'm just gonna deepen it even more. I'm gonna go with Flaming Hot. I'm gonna take the same brush. There's not a lot of kickback in this one at all. So compared to like Tanacon had a lot, but Cheese Dust and Flaming Hot did not have a lot of kickback at all. Blending these together, my eyes literally look like a Flaming Hot Cheetah's back right now. Great. And plus I have my beanie on because my roots are crazy right now and my hair is blonde. It's not pink right now because I'm gonna be doing a transformation, like a hair transformation video this week, and I wanted my hair to look as crazy and grown out as possible for the dramatics. So that way, whenever I get it redone and I do my natural, or my, not natural, but my usual pink hair and cut, you guys can see the difference of like how dramatic it is. But basically, this is gonna be a hair transformation of just like what my hair looks like when it's grown out and crazy versus like what it normally looks like and how we get that process. So that'll be coming out next week. All right, so we're just gonna throw as many colors in the crease as I can because I just wanna use as many colors from this palette as I possibly can. So I'm gonna go in with Not a Fact. And this is a Morphe M506 brush. And I'm really gonna detail the crease with that. I don't really see anything with that. Maybe I have to work that color, but I thought that was gonna be a lot more purple than what it is. See, this one doesn't have any kickback really either. I kind of feel like if it had more, if it was like, I don't know, like less pressed, that it would have a lot more color. I wanted this one to be like deep purple, like the eggplant purple that it is right here. Like, this is such a nice color, but it's not coming up as this color. It's just not coming up as nice as it is on the palette. Maybe I need a different brush. Okay, maybe that brush is too intense. Let's try a fluffy brush. This is a Morphe, actually no, this is a MAC 217. So similar to another Morphe brush, I don't remember the name of it. I mean, I guess as I pack it on, it's becoming more of that color, but I thought it was gonna be like obviously it's getting more pigmented because I'm adding it on, but I thought it was gonna be like a, color. Like, I thought it was gonna be like deep, that I could take just like a really stiff, short blending brush and just like insert color in a certain place, but it's not it. I don't know, man. It's just not doing what I want it to do. I mean, they blend well with each other. Like, all the colors kind of blend well nice with each other, but I just wanted it to be more. Like, the palette's so hyped up, so like I'm thinking that like this color's gonna be crazy. I bet you its swatch is nice. Let me see. Oh. I mean, its swatch is nice. Kind of swatches more like a raspberry type color. That's nice. But to me, I feel like, swatches just look nice on Instagram, but they're not like, they don't do anything. Because I'm not using my finger unless it's like a glitter or like a shimmery color. I'm not gonna take a matte color and use it with my finger, so it doesn't really do anything for me. So that's why I don't really swatch colors, but I don't know. I mean, I do know, I just wanted this color to be better. It's not as good as I wanted it to be. If I try a different approach, let's try on this eye. Let's do the soft brush first. Like maybe if I take the soft brush first and I kind of like diffuse it and then pack the color down, maybe that'll look better. I mean, it's definitely blending into the red nice with this brush, but see, that's a little bit more what I thought it was gonna be like when I first put it on, what it looks like when I already have the colors laid down and then press it on top of it again. I wanted it to be like, I thought it was gonna be that kind of purple, like that deep pigmented purple. And it's kind of already, it's kind of dry. I don't know, I feel like other shadows that Jeffree has are really, really creamy, and this is just kind of like a drier shadow. Okay, it's not a bad shadow, it's just, I just had to work a lot more than what I thought I was gonna have to work for to get the color that I wanted, if you know what I mean. I just had to do a lot more work than I thought I was gonna have to. So I'm gonna cut my crease, and then we're gonna start with more shadows. Okay, so now that my crease is cut, I'm gonna go in with the black. Ooh, see, the black had a lot of kickback. See, ooh, that looks good. I'm gonna put that on the inner corner. See, that's what I wanted from the purple. That's what I wanted. And since I already saw that black is gonna have some fallout, do one of these. See, that black is pigmented. That's a good black. Ooh, that's a really good black. That's what I wanted from the purple. I wanted it to do this. Yeah, see, that made all the difference. That's such a good black. Oh my God, that's so good. This has to be like the best black I've ever used, honestly. See, that is what the purple should have been like. I feel like it'd be unfair not to do Illuminati, so let's do Illuminati. That one honestly has one of the coolest indentions in it. Might have wiped that away too soon. See, this one has fallout fur. That's not good. See how that's not really catching either? It's kind of like splotchy, but then it's falling out. That's not good. Okay, I can just brush that away because there's excess powder. Okay, let's go in with another trick. Let's try my finger. I mean, it does honestly look better with my finger, but it should do that with a brush. It's not really catching onto my eyelid. It's not really sticking onto it with the brush. You see how splotchy it gets? And then there's still fallout. That shade is gonna be a no for me, dog. That's so sad too, because it's really pretty. Or it looks really pretty on the pan. It kind of looks like it needs something to stick to, like how that black is under it, I guess to make it more pigmented. But then you can see where it kind of disperses out. It's not pigmented on the lid. On both sides, you can kind of see it. But then again, see, but it swatches really nice. That's why I don't like care for swatches, because it doesn't really show me what the actual shadow is gonna do on my lid. I don't like that shadow at all. What's another shiny one? Let's do Conspiracy. Putting a lighter one in the center. I mean, this one looks better, but it's also not sticking to my lid. Like, there's no pigment in that. It looks like a reflex glitter on camera, but it's like, okay, there we go, a little bit. I had to like really dig in there and do that. I mean, that's better, but I really had to dig into the shadow to get that. And kind of putting it over Illuminati looks cool, so let's do that. Fallout, dang, I should have left that powder on a little bit longer. I did not expect to have that much fallout. I don't really like that shadow either. And it's kind of ruining the black, so let me reinforce that black a little bit at the top. It's kind of even patching over here now, since I put that Illuminati on top. You can kind of see it over in the corner where it's like patching up now since I put that on top. It's kind of like, it's not as pigmented as it was before. Okay, maybe if I take food videos, we press that in here. Okay, see, that's good. Normally for like neon greens like this, it's so hard to get a nice color, but that went on amazing. And then this shadow on this eye, I don't know what it is, but you can still kind of see under that little bit of concealer, and the color isn't sticking to it. See how it's like sticking over here, but not over there. I almost feel like that these shadows, you have to do the whole like P. Louise wet primer trick. I don't do that. I normally don't, because my eyes are hooded and it just takes too much work. So I just powder down everything, but you would expect it to kind of stick a little bit better even if it had a powder or not. So that matte wasn't that great either. Look over, you can see over here how it's like where it's sticking and where it's not. Same over here, you can see where it's not sticking. You can use that line of indentation where it's not moving. I'm gonna take a really stiff brush. The top of the eyes are done. This is done. I'm gonna like just go back in with this black and try to matte it back out. I'm kind of scared to try any other colors. I wanted to put like a deeper color on my waterline, but there's no other deep matte colors because my rides here are so good. I'm just going to place that on my waterline. All right, cool little punk rave eye. So I'm gonna try Illuminati again, and I'm gonna put it on the black because maybe that's what it needs. Maybe it needs something to stick to. I really want to believe in this color. It's so cool looking. Not a fact. Let's use Not a Fact again. Kind of blow this bottom part out and blend it. Make it smoky again. Do you see how that's not even like really blending under the eye? Like this color, I really have to build it. It's insane. That's like 3 times of me going over it. And just because I want to be fair and try like 2 more of the shimmers, I'm gonna take my pinky and go in on Trisha. Put that in my inner corner. Ooh, that's fun. That's cool. Okay, Trisha's a good color. Trisha is a dope color. If I already didn't look like an acid rave boy before, that definitely added that in. And then because I wanted to try it so bad, I guess I'm just gonna throw it on my brow bone highlight. I'm gonna do Diet Cola. That's blinding. That looks cool. All right, so I think that's basically all the shadows I can use in this look before it gets even like more crazy than it looks right now with all these different crazy ass colors in it. So I'm going to do the finishing touches, throw on some lashes, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I just added some lashes and liner to pull the look together. And now I'm going to try on the Shane Liquid Lipstick. All right, so we have the Shane Liquid Lipstick. It comes in this gunmetal type component. And then it says Shane Dawson all around the middle, which is really cool. And then this is like a super, I don't even know how to describe this color. Like this is such a cool like gray, brown, greenish type metal color. It's super cool. It's gonna definitely make this look crazy and I'm gonna look all kinds of like makeup creative, but I'm into it. Wow. Wow. So I really expected that lip to like not show up at all, but I think for a first swatch, it goes on super pigmented, like super duper pigmented, but you have to let it dry first. Because if you don't, I can definitely see how it starts to like transfer. You can see the middle. So you have to just let it dry and then do a next layer because it moves. I think I definitely would have done a liner with this. Crazy cool. Oh my God, this is such a cool color. Oh my God, I love how it smells. It smells just like root beer. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So the top layer so far is really good. And I think testing lipsticks like this on my lips is great because my lips are really pigmented. Like they're really like red. So I like being able to test lipsticks because then I can see exactly how full coverage they are. It works better if you tap it. 100% works better if you tap it. All right, so that's all the products for this video. So I'm gonna jump right into what I think about the palette and the liquid lipstick. All right, so to start, we have the Conspiracy palette. The packaging, 100. A1, looks amazing. This is dope. I love everything about this packaging. Like, it matches everything about me right now. I love it. So for $52, I don't think that I would buy this palette. Like, I don't think I would have bought this palette had I already used it for $52. Because 4 of the shades that I tried to use didn't work for me. You can see after I put on my lashes, my eyes on this side don't even really water. They barely water, and it came off. This side it did not, like a little bit, but this side really came off. And that normally doesn't happen with shadows. Like you guys have seen me wear eyeshadows and lashes and it normally doesn't come off that bad, and that really came off really bad. So I wouldn't buy the palette. Especially for $52, I feel like that's a really expensive palette. And for all the shades that you get, all right, so Conspiracy, Food Vibes, Not a Fact, and Illuminati, all 4 of those did not work for me. I really, really, really had to work with them for them to look good and to work. And I don't think if I didn't have lashes on or worked as much as I did with the product, that it would have worked and I wouldn't have liked it. And even the color story of it, like, the more I look at it, the more I like it. But to me, it kind of just looks like, honestly, like that they kind of just looked at it and they're like, okay, these are a bunch of cool colors that I want to add in here. So let me add them in, whether they work or not. Like people will make it work, you know? And I just don't feel like with shadows, like I think you should really think of the colors and what you want. I'm not saying that they didn't and that Shane didn't or like Jeffree didn't. I'm just saying that that's what it looks like to me. Like they just took a bunch of cool colors, like, hey, these are cool shadows that I want to work with or that I like. Let's just put them all into a palette. That's how it feels to me. And then the shimmers just don't work for me. The mattes are really good. I like the mattes. Most of the mattes work except for this one here. That one, I wanted it to be more like Not My Ride. That would have been dope, but it just wasn't. So I think that if you're like a Shane like stan, a Jeffree stan, definitely get it for the packaging or just to have for your collection, but to use every day or to just like have in my kit or something, I wouldn't get this palette. And then the Lure of the Liquid Lipstick, this one's $18. So I'm really kind of torn because it did take a little working with and it took about 3 layers to get this color, but this color is so cool and unique that I think I would pick it up. Just to have in my collection, like I don't even know how often I would use this shade, but I would get it just to have it. So the color, I would definitely do. I would definitely do this list. And then high key, just like a little disclaimer, just because I know there's like some people that'll like get into the comments or Instagram or something like that being like, oh, it's because it's Shane and Jeffree, like you're not gonna like the palette, da 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 da. I'm not judging the palette on who made it. I'm judging it on how it performs and how it worked for me. Like honestly, Jeffree and Shane Dawson collabing, making a palette, that's like my scene kid dream. Like 15, 16-year-old Zachary is shaking. Zach Zombie is shaking on the inside. Like I really wanted the palette to be a lot better than what it was. And I really feel like for as much as it was hyped up and like the whole entire video series for it and how they worked on it, I thought the shadows were gonna be amazing. The packaging, A1, the packaging looks amazing and the packaging really all came together and made a hype, but the shadows that are in it just weren't it for me. The colors weren't, the formula for a lot of them weren't, and I was really upset about it. Like I'm really like sad that it didn't work how I wanted it to, but I'm just judging it on how it performed for me this time, not who made the palette. You know what I mean? She's not that kind of girl. Also, do you see this? Like, come on, that's so upsetting. This look, I'm living for. I'm feeling like acid punk, scene kid, like, I'm feeling that fantasy. That fantasy is definitely here, but I just didn't like the palette. So I feel like it was only fair to give this palette its own video, just like its own separate review, just like its own look, its own little moment, everything like that. But when I was at the Morphe store, I did also pick up the mini Controversy palette. So I will do a separate review on this palette too, just to see how it performs against the Conspiracy palette. I like the colors in this one a lot, so I'm kind of like ready for it. But yeah, that's the end of my video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys liked this review. Let me know in the comments below how you felt about this video. If you're gonna be picking up the palette, if you got it, was it sold out whenever you picked it up? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.